Hi, today I just want to talk about how to look after your back, mainly the lower back, but also any areas of tightness around the shoulders, upper back, around the scapular area. Quite a few of you have asked for help over the weeks and months, but what you can do for your back. And I mean, I suffered from severe back pain quite a few years ago. Couldn't even get out of bed because of lower back pain, and that's because of a weakness of the muscles and lordosis on the spine. How I got out of it is a combination of these things that I'll talk about today. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is stretches, some of the stretches you can do. So I'm going to go through a few, and you can pick and choose these. So I'm going to do them section by section. So stretching first, I normally like to do the cat stretch, so a little bit of yoga here. Back onto your heels, take the hands down, and then forearms down on the ground, and then just hold it stretch there. I've also got my forehead on the ground. I can stretch through the shoulders there, I can feel it stretching there, and I can also feel it stretching the lower back. So that's a cat stretch, that's what you can do to stretch out there. So anybody who suffers from sciatica, get a pain going down the leg, and it comes from the lower back and it goes through the buttocks, down the lower leg, and sometimes goes down into the calf even. A classic stretch is, as you probably know, taking that leg across, grabbing that knee and easing it in, which is great. You feel the stretch here in the buttock, but it's even better if you pull it in and then just ease it across, so it's even better stretching there. So you can either stretch it in, you get the stretch in your buttock around the sciatic nerve, and then if you just ease it across, you get a much better stretch in there. And obviously you can work both sides, ease the knee in and just ease it across. So both feet are off the ground there. So that's stretching through your buttocks to ease any feelings in the sciatic area. We've also got a cobra. Now, I sometimes do this exercise in class where you go into a down dog and then the cobra is all the way up and just hold that posture there. Or you can come all the way down, arms on the ground, forehead on the ground, push yourself onto your hands, and then all the way up there. So your knees are still on the ground, and that's a really good stretch in there. And then you can feel that in the lower back, and you can follow that up with a cat stretch. So you could do the two together there. Cat stretch after that one. Also, if you've got areas of tightness in the lower back, sometimes it's not the lower back itself, it's the hamstrings that are too tight. So if these hamstrings are tight, it pulls on the lower back muscle. So classic hamstring stretch, on the ground, leg in the air, foot parallel. Sometimes get foot pointing up like that, but ideally you want the leg as straight as you can. I can't get any straighter than that. Foot flat, take it behind the calf muscle and just ease it in. Stretch it out. You can take the chest up if you want. That's a classic hamstring stretch, and obviously do both. And I would say hold for about 15, 20, even 25 seconds each leg. Another hamstring stretch. You could take the legs all the way out, press them down in the ground, take the arms up and take them down. I can't get any further than that, but if you can get your chest more towards your thighs, stretching your hamstring there as well. And finally, on the stretching part, we've got a camel, which I've included in the yoga. Sit back onto the heels, you come up to a seat strong, then you grab your heels, and then just stretch it out there. And that's a camel. And again, you could do the cat stretch after the camel. in that sort of order. So there are a few stretches for the lower back hamstrings. If that helps, I'll just pause it there. Okay, some exercises you can do to help strengthen the lower back. First one is a classic lower back raise. So we're just lying all the way down. Keep your forehead on the ground. Always look down, never look ahead because you're going to strain your neck. So here, I just like to keep the hands just touching behind the ears. And then I'm just going to raise the upper body up and back down. Up and back down. Up and back down. And that's definitely going to strengthen the lower back. If you can do sort of 3 or 4 sets of 10 at a time, that's going to really help. We've also got back rolling. So again, part of my yoga is you just grab both knees in and then we'll just roll it down onto the side, push yourself back up with your arm all the way onto the other side, and then you roll back across. And I would say do 5 rolls each side, so right, roll over to your left 5 times, and that just sort of gently massages the lower back. We've also got knee pulls, and if you just take one leg out, grab the other knee and just pull it in towards the chest for about 3 or 4, 5 seconds even, and change legs. And again, you do about 5 knee pulls each, and that just alleviates some of the pressure in the lower back as well. Classically, you've got the deadlift. So if you've got a bar at home, deadlift, as you know, into that classic nice strong back there, and you come all the way up and you push your bum out and you come all the way up. You don't have to have a bar. You could use a sack of potatoes, some water bottles, anything like that, but that's your lower back sorted out really with a few exercises. Another technique to help the back, to get the blood flow and circulation increasing, is to do hot and cold showers. Now, it's a tricky one because it's not the most pleasant. So you get in the shower, get the shower head into the area of discomfort, so if it's on the lower back, put the shower on really cold as you can bear it really. So really cold, hold it there for about 30 seconds with the water on that part of the back. It's gonna feel really icy actually, but as soon as the 30 seconds are up or about that, and you switch the shower to really hot as you can bear it. So it's not going to burn, but it's much hotter than you would normally have it. So cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot. Vary that about 4 or 5 times. Don't have to do that many times a week, but it helps the circulation in the lower back. So that's when you're in the shower. The other thing you could do is hot water bottle onto your back. Hot water bottle, hold it there for 10-15 minutes. You can do it any time. Infrared lamp, if you've got an infrared lamp at home, again you could just position your back in front of the lamp and that helps. And you've also got the old heat gel, which I'm not a massive fan of. Deep heat, first of all, it stinks, but you can use it just to get some relief. So heat gel works fine. Now going on to massage. Now I don't expect you to be a masseur, but I do a bit pummeling sometimes. So I get me fists and I'll just pummel the lower back. And again, just pummeling, or even use your knuckles just to get a bit of movement in the blood flowing into that area. So that's a bit of pummeling. We've also got using your thumbs, just thumb pressures around the muscles in the lower back and into your hip flexors. So really get your thumbs in there just to alleviate some of the pressure. You can also use your knuckles to really get in. I mean, it helps if you've got somebody who can do this for you, But the knuckles there, and then in and twist right into those muscles. Yeah. So that's a bit of massage for your lower back, and you can also use a tennis ball. Simple tennis ball. If you've got any pressure or pain in the top, just put a tennis ball on the mat or on the floor into the area where you've got a knot or some discomfort, and then you can sort of roll on the tennis ball. Just roll into that area so it sort of massages it. You can also pressure point it, so squeeze down on the ball for about 5 seconds and then release for 2 seconds, and then back on for 5 seconds, pressure, and then release for 2 seconds. Move the ball to another area, 5 seconds pressure and release for 2 seconds, 5 seconds pressure and just release for 2 seconds. So, simple tennis ball, if you've got one of those at home. So that's massage. What else have we got? Finally, the last thing I would say is posture. Just be aware of your posture, because if you're driving a lot, you've got rounded shoulders. If you're sitting at work, you've got rounded shoulders. If you're doing a lot of things, you've got rounded shoulders. So the classic stretch your chest, just to open the chest out. That helps. You've also, when you're aware of your posture, when you're standing, I always used to stand with my tummy out because of the lordosis. If you just pull your tummy in and then hip flexors forward, and then you've got the spine going through your skull, straight away through rather than curved. So be aware of that when you're doing that. And generally when you're sitting, if you're going to sit, so rather than rounded shoulders, just sit upright. When you're sitting at home watching TV, the same sort of thing. Try not to slump. And the other thing is keep moving. Try not to stay still. The worst thing you can do for any back injuries or back pain is just to stay still. Lie in bed for days. That's just no good. That's the old wives' tale or whatever. Keep moving. Movement definitely helps keeping the blood flow, and generally keeping fit and a good diet and lots of good sleep. So I hope that helps. You can pick and choose which parts of that you want to watch or take advice from, but good luck with that, and let me know how you get on.